This means incredibly stupid. Let me see if I understand this. You guys play along at home, okay? Tea Party, Campaign for Liberty people in the streets protesting their government, demanding that you get the hell out of my back pocket and give government back to the people. Bad, dangerous, terrorist, evil. Oh my God, hi, they're gonna shoot. Wait a minute. Muslims running around the street doing and all that stuff, doing the exact same thing in Egypt. Good. Good. We need more of that. What a great world this is where Egyptians can take to the street. Doesn't that bother anyone? Did they ever think that, wait a minute, you had the President of the United States giving an address 2 days ago, and it hurts me to say President of the United States. I really want to say, dear leader, Chairman Obama.
There's
My friends went to China.
Given an address 2 days ago, admiring these people and exalting them to the highest pillars of democracy. This is what democracy is all about. How come it's not what democracy is all about when the guy in row 27 back there does it with the guy in row 23? It just amazes me, and there are people that think this. Oh, I feel, oh, the Egyptians are doing this, the Egyptians are doing that. The Egyptians don't know who Thomas Jefferson is, and if they did, they would probably kill him. They practice this thing called Sharia law, and what they're advocating over there will become very, very dangerous to themselves. That's the foreign policy part of the speech. We'll move on. 3 things: peace, liberty, prosperity, right? You're all for peace, right? You're all for liberty, right?
Peace and bomb.
I asked a question earlier. Where's the guy who was heckling me? The Blackhawks jersey back there. Capital. Oh, Capitals jersey. I'm sorry, I'm not a hockey fan.
No one is!
How far
Canadians!
How far do you want to take this?
No one likes this.
What's your ultimate goal? Answers, anyway. Ultimate goal, liberty movement, what do you want to do?
Supermajority. Open source everything. Destroy all power systems.
Anarchy, wrong answer.
Triple power systems.
Pretty honest.
Constitution!
In the Fed, okay. That's a policy. That's not an answer.
That's my Huckabee, right? Destroy all government.
Destroy the Constitution.
Economic freedom.
God!
Become
Let me give you a
Somalia.
radical concept. You people think that you're radical?
Yes.
You're not radical enough. I knew radical, and you're not radical. Let me give you a radical concept. What happens if in June of 1788 the Constitution is not ratified? Kind of bad clap, that's right. Who opposed the ratification? You see, we all love to hold this thing up without actually digging up beneath the veneer of, there were men very wise, smarter than I and Jack put together, that said, no way, Jose, not no, but hell no. Why did they say no? That's right, central government. They were mortified of it, absolutely terrified of it, shaking their knees, don't do it. Were they right?
Yes.
You're right, you're right. Okay, so we got the first part of the exercise down pat. Give yourselves all a silver star. We'll get the platinum later.
Where's the gold?
So, central government bad, right? But you have to have some government except for the anarchy guy over here. He's signing off later, by the way. So you have to have some government. Well, how do you organize it? Well, you try to write one of these. Your state. Most of you probably aren't from Washington, D.C. Please say no. There are no residents of Maier or the Potomac here, are there? No. Most of you are from a state. You know that your state actually has one of these, don't you?
Indiana!
Something like that.
Have you read it? Good
Yes.
for you. So you know then that your state has actually decided once upon a time that they wanted to do this, right? That your state was closest to you. So what if the Constitution was never ratified? Tom Woods, I watched him up here yesterday. You got a copy of Rollback? Great book, right? Tom was talking about, there we go, the Washington Capitals and Rollback. What a combo. This is date night here, ladies, right here. You got a hockey game, and you get to read Tom Woods at the same time.
Yeah! Yeah!
Why are you going to move?
Canada!
So the state governments have a role in your lives. They're directly connected to you in some way. But wait, it gets even better. You all live in these things called counties, correct?
Something like that.
Many of you live in cities inside counties or townships or villages, right? Where should government power be close? Where should it be vested?
Nowhere!
Municipal, that's right next to where you are. Is it vested in your mayor? No. Your mayor is a schmuck. Your mayor is a criminal. No matter who he is a criminal. Let me expose the folly of what people in this room are trying to do and try to get your head wrapped around what the real challenge is. Why do you think the federal government can get away with spending $1.5 trillion a year that they admit to? We don't know what they're really spending. $1.5 trillion that they admit to that they don't have. How is that possible?
Fascist oligarchy! Robbery!
The Fed just prints the money and gives them the excuse to do it. Here's how it's possible. Your states are all in on it. Your state cannot run a budget deficit, my friends. And because they can't, here's what happens. Mayor Schmuck says, hey, Paulie, I need a bridge. Paulie, who's the state representative, says, well, Mayor Schmuck, I ain't got the money. Paulie says to Mayor Schmuck, well, wait a minute. We got this guy, congressman. Now, if you could pay him off, then he'll go to Washington and he'll go borrow the money and send it back to us. And when he does it, we'll scream at him and say we hate him, but they won't know that because nobody's watching this conversation, Paulie. This is a great idea. What? This is how this scam happens, and this is what we have to talk about, folks. If you really want to fix this problem, this is the one you have to tackle. You can run for Congress all you want. You have 435 members of Congress, you're not going to get it done. It's just not going to happen. Men and women sat in this room in 1974, right where you are, thought the exact same thing. Man, we're going to get in there with this Ronald Reagan guy. Just watch, we're going to take these guys down. Didn't happen, and this is why. Your states are all in on it. The only way they can possibly do all the things that they do is to get Big Brother to borrow that money, and then your state legislature gives a wink, wink, nod, nod. Yeah, well, wait, we want the 10th Amendment. No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't pass resolutions, you'd pass acts, like the state of Arizona does. And they say, no farther, that's it, no farther. So to tackle this problem, you have to tackle it in your neighborhood. Jeff talked about this earlier. You got to be active. You got to stay active. But it's not going to matter if you don't tackle it with your state. So what do you have to do? Some of you are going to have to run for state representative. You're going to have to, and Jeff nailed it, you're going to have to take your state house over and wean your people up. You're actually going to have governors, not like my governor, my shill governor, Bobby Jindal, who's a good friend, and I like him. He's a good man. Good representative of our state. He's a Decepticon. He is. He's in on it. They're all in on it. Until you can tackle that problem, none of this will matter. We can end the Fed. They'll find another way around it. Trust me. The thing that matters is where government is closest to you, it's got to live within its means, just like you. So, how do you get to that?